Well, friends, welcome to another episode of our mini live series. So, this is where O'Neill goes live in the nighttime. If you're just coming in, go ahead and hit that like button. Yep, if you don't subscribe to our channel yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. But hit the like button right now. So, tonight we get to get Shayla and her bestie, as they call it. You understand? And so, they're trying to give us some context and more, what you call it, now, more. I guess they're giving us more information into who Shayla and her best friend really is. Is it really a birds of a feather that flock together? Is really that what we're seeing? All right, no more long talking. Let's get into it. Let's go.
It's more to this story.
Yeah, with the best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So her name's Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Amber were super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a good friend to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we both prayed to have a man like Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, I'm not God. But I just really feel like she was taking Anthony for granted. She was cheating on him with his friend, his business partner, Wayne. Do you know Wayne, Country Wayne?
The comedian
Yeah.
with all the kids.
That's
Oh wow.
who Amber was sleeping with.
All right. So first and foremost, what she's going to do is to use what Amber had going on to give herself a reason as to why she's cheating. So, in other words, what you're saying is, you know what? There was some injustice happening with someone else. I saw a man, disrespecting his wife, and because I didn't like it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unalive her some way, somehow. This is exactly where she is. Based on what she's saying at this point in time, this is the argument that she's going to try to make, which makes no sense at all. You're not supposed to be making this song, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, some people do what they do.
She had Anthony, and I used to tell her all the time, like, girl, you got a good man.
Mm,
You want to throw that away
mm-hmm,
just because Wayne is an entertainer, he's richer, but meanwhile, he's treating you like trash. He's never going to give you the life that
mm-hmm,
this man is willing to. And I don't know. Anthony was always
mm-hmm.
a dream to me.
But he wasn't your man. So even if him was a dream, him still wasn't your man. You can't force yourself onto him. And then at the end of the day, you're going to say that you've been taken advantage of. This makes no sense. The message being sent one, infidelity gets excused. Shayla has never truly held accountable for betraying Amber. Instead of showing remorse, the writers keeps her winning. Pretty much that's kind of what they're kind of giving right now. They might give her this right away for no reason at all. I don't know how she gets a right away and why she's giving this right away, but that's what they're trying to give to us right now. Yep.
But when I saw Amber abusing him, I really just felt like he was the one for me. Like this gotta be my one. Cause I wouldn't do to him what she did.
So hold on. So every time you see somebody abusing somebody else, he is the one for you. I sometimes I cannot understand Shayla. Um Chat, let me ask it again. Is Shayla a victim? Is Shayla a victim? She's saying that because of what Amber has done, she is a victim. One for yes and two for no. She's saying because of what Amber has done with Wayne, she is now a victim in all of this and she didn't do anything.
And I know that isn't morally correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I realize it, but
Mm-hmm.
it just happened that way.
Girl, this is a lot. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So be honest with me. Do you think I'm a bad person?
Let me answer that for you. Yes, of course you're a bad person because it's none of your business. You allowed Amber and Anthony to work that out. You don't get into that. You don't need to write anything at all. You're not, just like when you don't want nobody judging you, you're not God. You have to leave that to let that stay exactly where that is. Or you must take that up on yourself and say the reason why you went to that man is because someone else wasn't treating him well. That means that all the men that are in the world who are not being treated well, Shayla wants them all. That's basically what she's saying.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Figured you would say that.
But who am I to judge though? There's only one person that can judge, and it's not me.
Mm,
I'm not
mm.
perfect. If you knew half of my battles or demons, then you would understand that we're not perfect. So who am I to look at you any differently?
So, in other words, the friend is saying she's also a 304. What the friend is saying that I am similar to you, Shayla. Maybe I'm wrong. So let me ask you all a question. Is the friend, is the friend just like Shayla? Based on what she's saying, one for yes and two for no. Is the friend just like Shayla? Miss Johnson, you're right. Anthony not going to be happy. He definitely won't be happy. So Stephanie says, tell the whole story. I'm hoping she would have told the whole story. Clarence, put that up there. Angela Atkinson said, Shayla, you should have stayed out of Amber and Anthony's business. It was never your place to interfere. Exactly. You can't decide all of a sudden that you are with a man because you see something that you don't like. You know, much things that happen every day with things that people don't like, but some way, somehow people do what they need to do. This is pure foolishness. What she's talking about is pure foolishness.
Yeah. And at this point, I don't want to hide it. It's been a secret. Now I'm just being transparent. Hopefully, so I can just move into a new era of my life because I've done some things.
Okay. So she has done something. So here's my take on this because there are so many places I could go with this. Number one, there is a thing that's happening now where people are saying, I can't judge you. I can't judge you. I just can't judge you because who am I to judge you for whatever it is? And I feel like that is starting to destroy society because you can no longer critique a person. When you critique a person, it is seen as though you're judging them versus giving them a critique. And so what it does is a girl like Shayla doesn't get critique at all because all everybody does is soften the blow and tell her that, well, you've done all of this, but we can't judge you. So guess what? She can go back and do the same thing again because we can't judge her. And she can go back and do the same thing again because we can't judge her. I feel like that's what that move has become now in society when we look on it. Personally, it's something that I keep seeing from people and them talk about the judging idea. No, I feel like people need to be judged. You need to be judged so that you can stand corrected. Judge me. More if you judge me so that way that me can sit down and say, yeah, that's how you really feel. Let me examine myself and see exactly if I'm moving right or if what you're saying has any validity to it at all. That is my take on the statement of judging. But let me read some things. That's not judging when the evidence is there. Lataya, thank you very much. That's a problem we may have now. Evidence is there and people are saying you can't judge anybody at all, even when you have the evidence there. That may have an issue with. Let me read y'all's comments. I'm sick of Wayne trying to build Shayla's character back up when she has no integrity. Yes, Erica. They are continuously trying to build the Shayla character, but we're not having any height, O'Neal won't have any height at all because the character hasn't showed me anything. Anything yet. There's a reason Angelina tracked the friend of Shayla down. What kind of woman is she? Time will tell. Nana, me like this. Me like this. Something about this is not spelling great. Something about this is not spelling great. You understand? Something about this not look too right at all. Let's get into your comment here. Miss Heart in his hands ministry. If the skits wanted to minister and offer hope, they would show Shayla truly repenting and apologizing to Amber, getting her dignity back and thriving. She hasn't repented. May I agree with you? Maybe just me, but let me ask the question. Has Shayla truly repented? And this is a good statement here, so by My Heart is in His Hands ministry. One for yes and two for no. Me no feel like she repent either. May I agree with you? I'm totally agree with you at this point in time. I believe the friend will be Shayla's karma. Helen R says she believe the friend will be Shayla's karma. Me believe so too. The friend have something to do with all of this. There's something that the friend is going to do. So let's see what's going on. Can please get someone to hold her accountable? I got the feeling this friend is going to be Shayla's karma. I hope so. We're hoping that the friend is Shayla's karma. We're hoping so because no one so far has held Shayla accountable at all. That's why I mean I like the whole idea of the judgment thing. I think like the judgment thing not really there. All I know is that whatever plan Angelina have gonna backfire and hurt Shayla more than Amber. I hope so as well too. Because right now, they are going too far right now. I'm tired of Shayla blaming Amber, cheating with Wayne to justify her messing around with Anthony. Exactly. That's exactly what she's doing. Using one thing to say this is the reason why I've done this when it had nothing to do with her. So, wait, so no, Abby. Abby says you feel like the friend what? The friend will end up with Anthony. You feel like the friend will end up with Anthony. We've been calling for this, you know. We've been calling for this. We are saying, hey, the friend needs to end up with Anthony. Because if the friend ends up with Anthony, it would be the perfect, since as this is her best friend, you know what? Maybe it's right. Do you believe? Do you believe the friend? Oh, my belief is not spelled right. The friend will end up with Anthony. You know what? I think that may be the perfect get back, you know. One for yes and two for no. You know why it would be the perfect get back? Because because Shayla would get to feel what it feels like when your best friend is messing with someone who you supposed to be with. I feel like this is it. I feel like it's something like that need to happen. I feel like something like that need to happen. Nanya says, I think she may get into Wayne's company and become an ally of Amber's. Yeah, but me see that with Sonia a little bit, and I don't think it work like it should work. So I feel like I want her to, at this point in time, maybe Shayla needs to feel what it feels like to be betrayed. That's what I feel like. She needs to feel like what it feels like to be betrayed. Nadira says Shayla is a bottom feeder. We know this. Bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel. The friend is going to end up with Anton. That's what Nadia said. Nadia, may have a belief said the best person for her to end up with is really and truly Anthony. The best person for her to end up with for karma is Anthony. That is the best person to get the karma. The best karma is that. The perfect get back is for this woman to become friends with Amber. Plausible. Plausible. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to take your lady's suggestion on this one. I feel like, wait, so that's your opinion, Abby. Abby, me see if we can look what you're saying. How would that be karma for Shayla? Anthony is not a prize. He is not a prize, but Shayla love him apparently. Shayla is infatuated with this man. She's head over heels with the man. So maybe if the friend can get him, because remember, they had a tussle in middle school. Shayla took her man in middle school. So if she were to take back Shayla's man right now, she would use that to justify her stance with Anthony. Interesting. My mind just thought of something. Could this friend just take Anthony and leave? Could this friend take Anthony? Oh, let me see if I have it right. Could this friend take Anthony from both Amber and Shayla? I'm just ask. Hey, I don't know. Could this be so? One for yes, and two for no. What if this friend just take Anthony from Amber and Shayla? So let's just say Amber gets a divorce, she make her money, she gone. Amber good. Shayla gets left in the dust. Anthony now no money, she not get any money at all, and the friend leaves with Anthony. How you feel about that? How you guys feel about that? Give me a question there, so how you feel about that? I don't think Anthony is gonna go into another mess with Amber and to make Amber file for divorce. Well, that would be the perfect thing because Amber would actually get off scot-free if you think about it, Angela Atkinson. Imagine if Amber gets off this one. Angela Phillips, say Angela Phillips, Shayla doesn't love nobody but money and material things. I agree with you. You know what? Let me step back. I agree with you. So Shayla has been a 3 or 4 since middle school. Yes, Corletta. Shayla has been like this since middle school. The friend said that Shayla took her boyfriend in middle school. So a long time she a thief, man. So the question is this: did Angelina teach Shayla how to steal men from she was young? There you go. Kind of weird asking, but hey, one for yes and two for no. That's the question right now. So as I said, she I think the same line with Angela Atkinson is. She and them think the same. Them think Anthony is not going anywhere. Me I say, Anthony is that vain that he might pull a fast one and try to get sneaky. That's what me I think. I be say get a paper copy of the book. O'Neill TV. Charmaine, O'Neill TV, she did not say it. It was her boyfriend. Well, she didn't quite say it was her boyfriend, but she insinuated. She insinuated that Shayla has been stealing boyfriends for a while. So you are correct. She didn't really quite say that. Abby, I see you say you buy a paper copy of the book. Thank you very much for buying a paper copy of the book. Thank you very much. Finally, I got it and start reading this weekend. Tell me how you like the book, by the way. Tell me how you really like the book. Very good book, I think. Not just because I write it, but I think it's a good book, you know? I think it's a good book. Devlina stole Brody. She said a perfect example. That is the question. Well, if Amber divorced him, then yes, I think so. Well, that's what I'm saying, Nanya. So I'm saying the perfect get back is Amber divorces Anthony, takes most of the money, and this friend takes Anthony, and Shayla is left with nothing. The perfect get back. Perfect. The perfect get back. Get back. The perfect get back, right? Is equal to Amber takes all the money and Shayla's friend takes Anthony. This is the perfect get back. Tell me what y'all think. One for yes. Tell me what you think. One for yes and two for no. And we're just thinking here in the light of Shayla. Give me one up right here, so. M. Johnson, what you say? No, the perfect get back would be if Shayla and Amber team up together and take Anthony's money. That's not a get back. I don't agree. This is not the perfect get back because Shayla gets nothing and Shayla wins again. Then it would be then the story would be telling you that the side chick, no matter what the side chick does, she's going to win. Then it would mean that side chicks can keep operating the way they're operating because they would always win. If this is the perfect get back, then me no want to see it. Because it would set a bad example for side chicks. So me can't agree with that one, M. Johnson. Me can't agree with that one. Me can't agree with that one. Me can't agree with that one there right there, so M. Johnson. Me can't agree with that one there. Me can't agree with that one there. We know Anthony gonna do nothing to mess up his money, but we're not sure. Angela Atkinson, we're not sure. He's saying this. Remember, say Anthony, Angela Atkinson, remember that Anthony has been here before. Let me just remind you. Don't forget, say Anthony was going on the same path with Chantel before. And up to now, him still not learn. Shayla is able to trick him. I wonder if you remember that or you forget that. You forget that Anthony did have Chantel before, and Chantel was eating out him eye, and some way, somehow, somebody had to get him to find out what was going on. You look like you forget these things. Sometimes you feel like when you remember the Anthony character, like you don't realize that him just don't learn. You think him gonna learn so quick? What lesson has he learned so far? You know what, Charmaine? I mean, not Charmaine. Angela Atkinson, what lesson has Anthony learned so far? Do you know what? Let me ask one of the questions. Maybe O'Neill don't know him at talk about, and sometimes O'Neill need to think them. What lesson did Anthony learn in your mind? Let me read some comments. Come, guys, because sometimes I feel like maybe O'Neill is being hard or I'm not understanding. So go ahead. It'd be funny if this girl dated Anthony in college. It would be funny if she dated Anthony in college. That would be tricky. I'm watching for Anthony's reaction when he sees her. Exactly. More see the reaction. After I see the reaction, I'm gonna know what's going on. Anthony has learned that two is better than one. Me guarantee you, David, I'll give me a comment from left field, you know. Me guarantee you. Was Chantel married to Anthony? No, but just realize that he learned nothing. In the grand scheme of that particular event, he learned nothing. Him still a mess with girls who out of line. That's the point I'm trying to mention to you. He learned nothing. Him leave Chantel and come back, come mess with Shayla. Him not learn nothing. What him learn? Tell me him learn. Tell him what Anthony learned. If you don't have something, tell me him learn. Angela Phillips says, Shayla is a pitiful loser. Shayla doesn't even like herself. She fell to pieces when Anthony left her to go back to Amber. She had a short-term mental health issues, and she scared PR straight. Exactly. She is definitely a loser. Anthony hasn't learned anything. Exactly. That's what I say. Stephanie say, none. Only they on the same place. So tell me the lesson what Anthony learned. Since y'all have something for me, please give me it. Because maybe only no seat. Maybe only no seat. Jude B. Where said Jude B. Anthony's ego is too large for him to learn anything. Thank you very much. Angela Atkins, remember, the man has been in a situation with baby mix up with Chantel, and he has learned nothing. And you want to tell me, say, you think him learned something from all of that? Chantel was about to clean him dry. You look like you forget exactly where Anthony coming from. I haven't forgotten, a long time watching these kids. A long time we are watching these kids. Only think yesterday we were watching these kids. The friend this friend reminded Shayla of taking possibility of her taking possibility her boyfriend in middle school. Why? Bring it up after these years if it truly doesn't bother. She was not just kidding. Aha. So Donna says the friend is maybe looking for so that's a question, Donna. That's a question. Will the friend will Shayla's friend want payback for middle school? Me know woman petty, Me know say sometimes woman petty. Me know say sometimes woman petty. Let's read a couple more comments. You never see my comments or greetings. Brenda, which comment me not see, Brenda? Take your time with Brenda. Remember, see the comments and move fast. Which one are the greeting? Brenda, welcome to the chat. What comment did you have, Brenda? I'm going to read. Lord gosh. Brenda, enough comments in there now. He knows not to come out of the woods because Amber will find him. You can't stay there. You can't stay there. Anthony is a man of different things. And I'm telling you right now, he hasn't learned anything. Amber never teach him a lesson, and Shayla hasn't taught him enough of a lesson yet. He has not learned because he's still doing the same thing. The man still tells Shayla, say, she will never find anybody better than him. You'll never find no matter where you look. John Miller said he learned that he liked tacos. That's exactly him learned. And I think that this yellow taco right here, so this yellow taco is Anthony's speed, if you ask me. So maybe that's the question. Is Shayla's friend Anthony's type? There you go. That I question now. Is this Anthony's type? Is this Anthony's speed? This is the question. Is this Anthony's speed? Does he like these type of tacos? Bailar, 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 bailar. Hello, papi. Hello. Welcome to the taco shop. Is this the taco Anthony loves? One for yes and two for no. One for yes and two for no. Es muy importante que tú comprendes que este es Anthony's type. Will she be the next one? that is in that maid costume. Remember, say Anthony love the maid costume, you know. Could she be bailar, 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 bailar? Maybe him want a little slimmer this time because he wants something like a slim and trim. And the friend slim and trim look like she doesn't need to go into the gym. Bailar, 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 bailar. Come on, papi. Come on, come on. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and talk to y'all soon. Good night, guys.